Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 110 Football pregame tailgate.
LAFC's part of it, too.
LAFC's part of it, but we're 110 Football. Yeah. Welcome in. We're back at the bank, finally. It's been a little too long. I'm here with Philly.
Black and gold and feeling bold, baby. Happy to be back here with you boys on a Sunday.
Scarf.
What's good, Connor? Looking good down there in that new kit.
Yeah, you as well. Look
Thanks,
at you.
buddy.
God,
I comment about his mustache.
I love us. I love us.
I didn't know what to...
And Vince is here.
That was awkward.
What's up, everybody? Happy
Vince.
Pride. Happy Pride.
Yep.
Happy Pride.
I like the way we've kind of color coordinated. We're all in on this. Happy Pride. It's a great day to celebrate Pride. It's been Pride Month, and I love that we can come together and do this together at the stadium.
So as much as we love to sit here and talk to each other, we also like talking to you guys. So get in that chat. If you're here, come say what's up. But, you know, if you're home, on your phone, on the go, get at us on the chat. Give us questions or just say hi. Vince really likes when you guys just say hi.
I do. I like when people say hi.
Hi.
We got little fans here too.
I love it.
They're not quite tall enough to see on camera, but we do.
But they're
Scarf is
there.
more than a little fan, Vince. What do you mean?
Oh,
He's my biggest fan.
it's true. La Rosa Pants Co.
Yeah, I do have
Oh, that's where those capris came from.
quite the pants on. Quite the pants on today. What's up, guys? Fist bump.
I love it.
Yeah.
Look, that's a little East Coast, West Coast rivalry today. It's going to be a fun match. Look, it's not every day you get a team coming all the way from New Jersey to here in beautiful Bank of California Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. We may have some news we're going to talk
Yeah, it is.
about.
I'm going to stop you there
Why?
before we
What
get
happened?
into the game because there was some big news, and I would
Danny
say
Trejo, 4-day loan.
possibly- That's part of it. But I would possibly,
I mean, that is good news.
Possibly the biggest signing in club history. You guys are already in the chat talking about it's Gareth Bale. He joins us from Real Madrid. Look at that. Tommy Scoops breaking it. That's probably Tom's best performing tweet of all time, I would have to say, because
100%.
of how big
Right.
this is. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Fabrizio. Here we go. Gareth Bale.
I know. I like how people were frustrated that he didn't go to Cardiff City or Getafe.
I heard that Cardiff City was never actually an option.
Yeah, people just like to talk.
Yes. And he does his cap tilt from the Cardiff City ground. So
Look at that. Look
there
at
it
that.
is.
There were so many rumors, so many reports
Rubbing
coming
the
out the
salt in
day
the
it
wound
happened when he posted this video of him in a black and gold kit doing the
Unreal.
the cap tilt.
Right?
I don't know. I can't even describe the emotion I felt.
I mean, I know we're a family-friendly show, and for the kids that are behind us, please put on your earmuffs. But if I could take my liberty to quote John Belushi in
gets
the
one.
movie Animal
One per
House,
show.
I do get my one for the pre, maybe the post-game show.
gotta talk to
Holy
HR.
shit! I can't believe it. Normally throughout Twitter, you're going to hear these rumors. You're going to see these things coming. But we all got caught blindsided. We had the idea that it was going to be something big. Maybe Carlos Vela re-signing. Maybe Antoine Griezmann, because that was spoken out into the LAFC world. But Gareth Bale, out of nowhere, look, LA has great golf courses, I know, but wow, Gareth Bale, unbelievable. Pinch me now.
Dude, we talked about this. We're going to get demonetized.
Can we just talk about the fact that John Thorrington and Will Kuntz are playing like that cool 4-level Star Trek version of chess while everybody else is playing checkers right now?
No one knows what you're talking about.
Unbelievable. Look, they're going to Google it. Don't worry. Unbelievable that we not only get Gareth Bale, but we get him on a TAM deal. LAFC broke the internet with this signing, but then one of the most searched features yesterday had to have been, what the heck is TAM? How is he not a designated player? This is unbelievable, not just for LAFC, but for all of Major League Soccer. And I said it while we were talking about this in rehearsals. This might be the second biggest signing in MLS history behind David Beckham. This is massive.
Well, you can't underestimate his bona fides, right? His trophy cabinet is one of the best of any player that's ever come to Major League Soccer, 5 Champions Leagues, and then just the play on the field. The guy has everything in his locker. The beautiful left foot. He can dribble. He's a pretty big dude. He can actually play through the middle. He can score some headers. Like, he's got it all. And the fact that he's coming here to MLS ahead of a World Cup year, which, by the way, he dragged Wales to the World Cup for the first time.
Absolutely.
He most definitely just dragged them.
60 years. He really did. I mean, honestly, those games are kind of tough to watch, but Gareth has still got it. For those of you that were wondering, well, he didn't play much for Real Madrid. That's a whole totally different story. But when the guy is motivated now, he will be ahead of the World Cup. He will be the best player on the pitch day in and day out.
I mean, off of jersey sales alone, global exposure, a TAM contract. And by the way, TAM, half a TAM, that's an Australian pastry, by the way, in case you were just wondering, Tim Tams. But I can't believe, like, the jersey sales, the global exposure. I have people that aren't necessarily even into this sport. My old man, for example, who could care less about LAFC no matter how hard I've tried to get him in. He texts me this morning. He's like, hey, can you get me a Gareth Bale autograph? This is my dad asking me for something. This is monumental. He's never asked me for anything. So that goes to show you how big this signing is. Gareth Bale,
a high
member of
bar.
the Black and Gold. A very high bar to set by George Filliman.
Jacob in the chat makes a good point. He says, you guys see a cup in our future.
It has to be this season or bust.
This is MLS Cup or bust now.
Has
right?
to be.
Like I'm saying that full well knowing I hate saying that. I
For sure.
hate it. Because sports are sports.
I agree. I'd like to think that LAFC will always be in contention. They kind of have been. There was a kind of an off year that we will not talk about. But
Mulligan year.
that being said, this is as fair of a shot you could possibly get. And I think the rest of the league also agrees that LAFC should win the MLS Cup.
Absolutely.
And if they don't, it's going to suck pretty hard for them.
Look,
they either agree that or they're salty.
And I'd like to thank the World Cup for pushing their schedule back just a little bit, because I think that's a big reason why Gareth Bale signed here too. You mentioned he wasn't playing much in Madrid. He is going to play a ton for LAFC as we make our way to that MLS Cup. An absolutely brilliant move, an absolutely brilliant player, but it is absolutely cup or bust.
July 8th, him and Chiellini eligible. I'm calling it right now. He is going to score against the Galaxy. He is going to do to the Galaxy what Zlatan did to us. Mark my words right now. You're going to call me a prophet, and you are going to ask me for lottery numbers after this prediction. It's going to happen. Gareth Bale is going to beat the Galaxy on a goal.
You haven't gotten over that yet?
No. Why would I? Have you?
Yeah.
Not true. All right. Anyways, as Philly pointed out, July 8th against Galaxy would be the first match he's eligible for. That's the big news right off the top. We are going to talk about this in more depth on Monday, LAFC 360 at 1 p.m. So let's get back to this match, though, because we do have a kickoff against Red Bull coming up here in about 30 minutes or so. So let's dive into the starting lineup for LAFC. I know you guys want to talk about it. It's an interesting starting lineup. And Philly, if you would do the honors and tell us who is in the starting 11.
Why, thank you, Vince. I will absolutely do the honors of calling out Steve Cherundolo's lineup today. In between the pipes, Maxime Crépeau. I figured you'd be a little more excited, your fellow Canadian.
Yes, Maxime.
The back line consisting of Franco Escobar, welcome back.
Escobar.
Jesus David Murillo.
Not to do it for everyone.
Bam, bam, bam. Sebastian Ibiaga and Cheeky Palacios. Our midfielding consisting of the following: Latif Blessing, Ilie Sanchez, and Jose Cifuentes. Our front line: we've got Mahala, Kwadwo Opoku. We've got Carlitos, Charlie Candle himself, Carlos Vela, and the return of the prodigal son. We're still waiting for the completion of his song, Ryan Raito Rodriguez. That is your starting lineup today for LAFC.
I feel like you should do the lineup every week. That was fun.
It's fun.
Like even when he's not on the show, you should just fly in and
Yeah.
do the lineup.
Michael Buffer style. I love it.
Actually, that'd be
zoom
kind of
in.
cool. We
Let's
just drop
get
you
ready to
in.
rumble.
Looking at the lineup, there's a lot of interesting decisions and choices. I think you see Carlos Vela through the middle. It looks like he'll play a little bit of that false nine. We know he'll move around and he'll find the game. I'm actually very interested about Franco Escobar.
Yeah.
Franco Escobar takes over for Ryan Hollingshead. The rest of the defense and Maxime Crepeau are just as they were against Seattle. I'm just wondering if Steve sees this as an opportunity against a Red Bull team that presses and likes to turn you over and to get out on the counterattack, if he thinks that Franco is just a little bit more conscious of that than Hollingshead. Because I think Hollingshead actually had a very good game against Seattle.
Yeah. Look, I'm actually not loving the front line if we're going to talk about one of the lines, just because it hurts my players to watch later on. I also don't know how many more chances Mahala is going to get up top, so he's got to cash him in while he can. A little bit of a surprise that he's starting over Chicho on that opposite side with Vela and B-Rod up front.
I mean, I would completely agree, obviously. I mean, there's so many minutes that are going to have to go around with this team. We have such an attacking presence. Mahalo Opoku, this is his opportunity to make a statement, to pretty much warrant, hey, I still deserve minutes for this team. I don't care that all these other players are coming. I'm still here. I've been here. I deserve to play too. We might even see big things out of him as a result of that extra motivation.
Was Eddie on the bench? People are asking about Eddie.
Eddie was not on the bench.
Not available on the bench.
And
Nope,
he
he
also
is not
missed
on
the
the bench.
Lights game, too. I hope he's okay.
Well, he did go. I watched 45 minutes against San Diego. He looked good, but these are things that you just got to kind of monitor and you take it step by step. People are asking about Eddie in the chat, so I wanted to point that out. I love this lineup, though.
Yeah.
I really do.
You mentioned it. The two center backs played very well against Seattle, so I think that's why the pair get the start again. And I think that's where we're going to have to be strongest today and on defense is those two center back positions.
And for you LAFC fans watching, I think it's important to note that the Red Bulls have had a handful of positive COVID cases. We don't know which players yet, but I hope they get well. But that could help LAFC if some of their good players happen to be out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when that happens, but the show kind of has to go on.
Right.
Of course.
But
That's just good for you guys to keep in the back of your mind that 7 of their players will be out for this game.
It's going to make things a little bit interesting.
Their lineup has yet to come out. Oh, wait.
There it is. The lineup is out for the Red Bull.
If the noon kickoff didn't make it interesting
Right.
already.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, well, what we look at the Red Bulls lineup, you guys check this out. In touch with Steve Cherundolo. I was out with him this week, and Steve and I were at training. We're talking about music. We all love music. Steve loves music, so let's hear about some of Steve's musical tastes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of In Touch with Steve Cherundolo. I'm Vince. That's Steve. Every week, we do a theme here. Because today, June 21st, is World Music Day, I want to talk to you about music. But let's do something that's in your wheelhouse first to warm you up. Let's talk a little bit of football.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Seattle. So you go to Seattle after international break, and I want to know, that game had a level of intensity that felt, like you said, like a playoff game. But coming off a break, how do you get the team ready to have that level of intensity? Because it was a little bit of a surprise.
Yes and no. I think we always expect that in Seattle. At least you have to expect that. But, you know, both teams sort of off a break. They had one game prior to our game, but they've had a long season, a lot of games, a lot of injuries. So maybe it wasn't as expected to have that high of a level and intensity, but it was there. And I'm very proud for the guys. They showed up for the fight. And like I said, after the game, they pushed back, which is a great sign for me and the staff to see, and obviously for the fans and for the players themselves too.
All right, we're going to move on to music. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's start with an easy one. What was the last concert?
The last concert not too long ago, so that's easy. J-Lo here in LA.
J-Lo, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Your style of music?
No, I would say no, but an amazing performer, incredible lady. She put on a good show. She has a beautiful voice, full of energy. Awesome. Really enjoyed it.
Do you dance? Did the wife make you dance?
I don't.
You move your feet?
Maybe,
you move your hips,
maybe
dance
a little bit. Yeah, maybe.
Band you've seen the most?
The bands I've seen the most have probably been punk rock bands back in San Diego growing up. Unwritten Law, definitely seen a few times. Pennywise, Green Day I've seen a few times. And in Germany, I actually saw Bad Religion.
You saw Bad Religion in Germany. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
in Hanover.
Was it a festival or?
No, small venue. They always have good punk rock bands. It's called Capitol. It's the name of the venue. If you guys are watching, we love your shows.
I know Philly will love this. Steve Cherundolo, good punk rock kid, SoCal punk rock kid. But for you guys, check out the full episode because after that, Steve and I actually put together an LAFC band using LAFC players based off not their musical abilities, but their ability to play on the pitch. It's very fun. Steve does a great job and he has fun with it. So check it out. Some very interesting editing of players' faces.
Who would be the
There you
lead
go.
singer of this amazing band if we were to be a band ourselves?
I think you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'd be the lead singer, and our band would be called the Tone Deafs. Not me. Possibly Connor. He's got some chops.
Do you?
Do you guys want me to
Yeah,
say?
you got a few bars?
Anytime.
Come on. Could you
I like games. Do you guys like games?
Love games.
tee up players to watch with a rap?
Yeah, sure, no. Players to watch. We play this game here called Players to Watch. If you're new here, I'll explain it really quickly. Players to Watch is a game
Yes.
where
Go on.
we pick one player from each team playing today, and based off the MLS fantasy scoring system, you can win prizes. So just get us at us on social media with one player from each team, and you could win some very, very fun prizes. Do we know what the prize is today?
We do. We have it.
I've got it. It's right
Oh.
here.
You're trusting the degenerate
There
with
it
the
is.
prize?
Signed hat. We are. We're keeping close eyes on it.
Signed hat.
I know I can't win. It's okay.
Fun fact, Gareth Bale actually signed this hat as every different player on the team,
Except for himself.
except for himself. He didn't sign his own.
Unfortunately. But guys, you can win this hat. It's free to play. It's very easy to play. The one thing that you have to do that we got to kind of make you do is in order to know if you won, you have to join us for LAFC 360, 1 p.m. on Monday, right back here on this YouTube channel. That's the only way you will know if you've won. But you want to be there anyways because you want to hear how the game went and then find out if you won this hat.
So to give you guys our very professional expertise, Philly, go ahead and tell everyone what your players to watch is.
So I'm going to start off with the visiting New York, New Jersey Metro Stars, or the way I like to lovingly call them, the New Jersey Energy Drinks. We're going to talk about the Scotsman himself, Lewis Morgan. Within his 2 seasons with Inter Miami, he scored 7 goals throughout the course of all competitions. This season alone, 7 goals and 2 assists for the Red Bull. He has contributed more, almost a third of their scoring line and their offensive power. Clearly a guy to keep an eye on. He scored a goal against NYCFC in the Open Cup. Lewis Morgan is my player to watch for that team. For LAFC, I'm going to say this. Success breeds upon success. And I'm talking about Jose Cifuentes, who, in my opinion, played one of his finest matches as a member of the Black and Gold this past weekend against the Seattle Sounders. I'm still waiting for him to have that out-of-box cracking shot. Today might be the day to do so. Jose Cifuentes leading our team in assists, and who knows, potentially scoring a goal for us today.
I'm up next, and I'm going to concur with Philly on Jose Cifuentes. I do think that against Seattle, he had an incredible game. It reminded me of 2021 and the steps forward that we thought he would take this year. It's been a little hit or miss, but I think if you can play that well against Seattle, who I believe is probably second or third best team in the league, that you can put that all together and you can move forward. Plus, another guy that really wants to get on that World Cup flight and be out there, so he's going to have to put some good games together. And then from Red Bull, I have John Tolkien. For one reason and one reason alone. He has the 90s footballer hair that I came to love when I grew up. But if you want some expertise, John Tolkien is a high-energy guy, and the way Red Bull plays, he's always in and around the ball. He starts the machine that gets them going. They create chances through energy, through their press, and I think John Tolkien, if something good is happening for the Red Bulls, he's in and around the ball, which helps for fantasy. Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Vince.
For once.
For
Finally.
once. I don't
About
do it
time.
very
It only took
often.
like a year and a half.
But I agree with your points, but I'll also say he's one of the many players on the Red Bull squads who week in, week out is very consistent. And that's what you like. So if a player is putting up pretty decent numbers consistently, hey, I'm just going to pick him for players to watch. And then LAFC, I have Maxime Crépeau. He had a little, let's just say, error against Seattle, and I think
knows it.
the Red Bulls will definitely create at least one very, very clear opportunity to score. And if Maxime is able to have one really big save this game and kind of get out of jail free card, I think this is his redemption match. So, players to watch. P2W. Scarf?
Look, I like the Lewis Morgan selection by my partner in crime here, Philly. I think he's the player that is most likely to score a goal today, especially with Luquinhas out and a little bit of a roster upheaval for the Red Bulls today. So I think even more so, Lewis Morgan will be the player to watch. I decided to make things even harder on myself and pick a player who's not even in our starting 11. That would be Chicho Arango for LAFC. I just think these next 2 games are going to have to be Chicho's coming out party here at the bank because with Gareth Bale coming in, Carlos Vela on the front line, and Brian Rodriguez occupying another DP spot. Who knows if Chicho will get any starts from here on out through the rest of the season. He'll obviously get some, but I think these next two matches, we're going to see big output from Chicho Arango.
The lineup is shifting and Chicho is sitting. Yes, it's Chicho.
Hey,
sorry.
keep in mind, LAFC still leads the league in substitute scoring goals.
Absolutely.
Chicho Arango.
Second half sub.
Second half team.
It's hot today. We're definitely going to see Chicho.
There's going to be subs.
It's just a matter of how much time he has to score 2 goals today.
So get at us on social media, hashtag 110P2W on any platform, as you can see down there, and give us your 2 players with your chance to win LAFC team signed hat. And it's free. It's free to play. You literally can just win this for free.
But don't forget, in order to know if you won, you have to join us Monday, LAFC 360 at 1 p.m. That's the only way you'll know you won. We don't post it anywhere else. You just have to watch that, and that's the only way to do that. All right, let's move along.
Let's do it.
To one of my favorite parts of the show, because it's my chance to call my good friend next to me a degenerate gambler, and he actually allows me to do that.
I do.
These are 110 football prop bets, and because he is the degenerate gambler of the crew, I'm going to allow him to explain it, because some people don't quite know what prop bets are. So please explain it to everyone.
Look, the beauty about prop bets is you have to pick a side on most of these. Will they, won't they? Will it be higher or lower than this total? And it makes the game fun to watch. What I like to do with prop bets is I like to bet to see things that I hope will happen. Look, there are smart sides and there are bad sides on everything, but I just like to bet what I think will hope will happen. So what we do is we pick 4 things that you need to pick a side on, and these are just fun, right? We get to have a little fun. Who will score first, how many goals, whatever it might be. Look, pick a side, have some fun, and watch the game along with us with a little bit more skin in the game.
Gambling instructions spoken like a true teacher.
That's me.
What grade do you teach?
Middle school, 6 and 7.
Starting them young, very nice.
That's nice.
Right about the time they start gambling.
Right.
Play quarters.
Right?
When I started losing money on the Buffalo Bills.
All right, let's move on before I get us in more trouble.
Right.
Let's start with our first prop bet, guys. It is going to be first team to score. So one or the other, LAFC, Red Bulls. You can't pick the refs. So, Connor, who did you pick?
Red Bull New York.
Why?
Just because, like, it happens usually, right? Like, we get scored on first a lot.
I gotta have faith, bro. Okay, Philly.
Well, like, I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm making an educated guess, Vince.
Philly first team to score.
I mean, this is kind of like piggybacking off what you said earlier on. LAFC is a second half team, and as a result of them being a second half team, it's the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars that are going to score the first goal of the game.
What is going on here? Wait, if you were in Vegas and told them New York, New Jersey Metro Stars are to score first, but they're actually not the team name,
You would not be able to
lose,
place that bet. Yeah, that's a loss.
Well,
there you go.
He's gonna lose anyways because he's wrong.
I'm learning a
First
lot.
team to score.
Look,
I
LAFC
didn't
is
know.
also going to be the first team to score today. Enough of this stuff going on this side of the panel. Vince, I have a feeling you and I are kindred spirits, my friend.
Yes, I have LAFC first team to score
Love
today.
it.
I think we picked this even before we knew that their lineup was going to be heavily depleted.
Yep.
I think LAFC first team to score is a pretty good bet, and that's why you hold out the bet to the last minute.
And
right?
we picked it because we were going to be right, Vince.
Yes,
That's why we
that
picked
too.
it.
All right, let's move on to the second bet. It is over under 10 shots, and this is important, on goal. Not just shots, 10.5 shots on goal between both teams. That's a big number. JR?
Look, I was a little bullish in rehearsal, but I've been told to walk it back a little bit. I think LAFC is going to get us most of the way there alone.
No,
on
go
the
for
10
broke, bro.
Look,
Literally no one
what
told
I-
you to walk it
What I
back.
said in rehearsal was that
just
LAFC
paranoid.
alone will have 11 shots on goal. That's why you have to pick a side. And I think obviously it'll be over between both teams, but I think LAFC is going to come out, you like to say this, with their shooting boots on, and we'll have over 11 ourselves.
I don't know if the shooting boots are actually any different than the other ones, but I'd like to think they are.
Are they real, like, boots?
Oh, I mean, they're just normal soccer boots, but they're the shooting
Oh. What's the
Timbos?
difference?
As
What's
opposed
the difference
to,
between
as opposed to the passing ones, the dribbling ones. I believe there's a whole array. Philly,
Yes, sir.
shots on goal, over under 10.5.
I could tell you from experience, life gets very interesting after 10.5 shots, and that's going to be the case for this game as well. You'd have to be a schmuck to think that these two offensive juggernauts aren't going to put up more than 10.5 shots. That's an easy one, no-brainer, over 10.5. No good story ever started with we were out having salads, by the way.
Just little pearls of wisdom, shots. He said the word schmutz.
That's solid.
Okay,
That's
Connor.
solid.
I trust Philly with my life, so I'm going to trust him
Wow.
with the answer as well.
I'm surprised you're still
I
alive.
agree. I agree with him.
Thank you,
Over.
Agree with Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole panel has over.
We all have over.
We have over. Okay.
Go us.
Let's move on to our third prop bet. It's over under half a penalty. So basically, you're picking no penalties or a penalty or more.
Yeah.
I'm going to start, and I'm going to say under. I just don't feel like a penalty day. I know it's a hot day, so generally you get guys that maybe get a little bit sloppy, but
Right.
I just feel like it's just not. It doesn't feel like a penalty day. Maybe even the ref can't be bothered. It's a penalty.
Look, I'm with you. I don't think there's going to be one today. I hope not anyway.
Where there's a Murillo, there is a way. However, not today. Under.
It's not going to be it's not going to be like a nasty foul. It's going to be a handball in the box against LAFC, and Maxime Crépeau, my player to watch, is going to get his redemption and save that penalty.
Wow.
I like it.
Extra credit. You don't get any extra
Heard it
credit,
here
but I like
first.
that you added on context.
Watch it happen. Okay.
If it
and we'll
happens-
talk about it in the post game.
I don't even know if I'll be here if it happens because I'll be so terrified of you. Okay,
Flip it.
fourth
Play
and
it back.
final prop bet before we move on to our parlay, which you'll have to explain again.
I gotcha.
This prop bet is over under 2.5 goals scored. So this is the score line total. I'll get us started. I'm going over, and this might, if you're smart, should play into what your score is in the parlay. And now that I think about it, Connor, what is your over under on the goals scored, and does it match up to your score line?
What do you mean? It does.
Okay.
It does.
It does.
Okay.
Over.
Over. All right.
Well, I know you're
Targeted, bro.
You're the
Targeted.
YOLO guy. I don't think you think that far ahead.
Well, I know, but I'm pretty sure that I
Okay.
What does YOLO even mean?
like, isn't it the toy that?
That's a yo-yo. It's a yo-yo.
No, that's what I call scarf. Yo-yo.
Goodness.
All right. Philly, over under 2.5 goals.
I mean, when you're over 10.5 shots, you would hope the scoring line would reflect the same. Again, two offensive
Incredible game
juggernauts
with over 10.5 shots on
over
goal.
easily. LAFC alone over easily.
And Scarf.
Yeah, definitely over. We'll see in my score prediction, but Philly and I actually have a very similar parlay, which we'll go over in just a moment.
way. We should do a podcast
Okay,
together.
so we've done our 4 bets, and now we're doing a parlay, which my partner in crime and degenerate gambler
Yes,
will
hi
explain
again.
to you now.
So yeah, look, we have to pick 2 of the prop bets that you just saw, combine that with our score line, and that is our parlay, because when you string 2 or 3 of these, or even 4 or 5, however many you want to do together, you earn more money on your bet if they all hit. If even one loses, you're out. So we're hoping to hit on all 3 of ours today.
But before we get into that, I really just have to mention LAFC's comment that we're going to be losing 2-0, and in the 60th minute, Gareth Bale is going to fly down in a helicopter and
Score a hat trick?
score a hat trick for us.
That would be the most epic thing to ever happen.
He's
in
not
all of
eligible,
football.
though. Can't do
Manifested,
it.
Vince.
Yeah, the worst part about all that is, even if all that happened and it would be incredible, he's not eligible.
Right, we'd lose.
He's like holding on to the ladder.
Yeah.
Jumps down.
All right, let me do my parlay. Like I gotta pick 2 of our 4 and then put
Yep.
my score together. And I'm not very creative on this. I just kind of do what the value bet is.
Sure.
I went LAFC scores first. I went over on 2.5 goals, and my score is 3-0. So you see why that all fits together.
Fits
if
perfectly.
it's 3-0, only LAFC can score first. With 3 goals, that's already the over, and then I hit the 3-0.
Yep, I'm with you.
My parlay, the reason I picked these is because it's going to happen. It's Red Bull scoring first, over 0.5 penalties, and LAFC is going to win 2-1. We'll talk about it in the post game.
Connor, by the way, that's the value bet. Those would pay off far more than any of our 3. Well, that's for sure.
He's learning.
YOLO.
I should not have said that.
Oh, man. All right, so you might think there's an echo here after talking to us, but I absolutely think that LAFC is going to win this game 3-1. So that means, of course, have to pick the over 2.5 and have to pick the over 10.5. To me, this is a slam dunk parlay. As long as I get the scoreline right, LAFC 3-1.
That's the hardest one. That's
Yep.
the hardest one.
3-1.
Really.
Over 10.5 on the shots, because again, like I said, life gets interesting after 10.5 shots. Over 2.5 goals, and like this can of Red Bull, LAFC is going to crush the Red Bull 3-1. Thank you very much.
Really good.
Mic drop.
I know Flex wouldn't like it, but it would have been nice to change our sponsor to the practice sponsor, Rockstar, so we get a Rockstar versus Red Bull on the pitch.
I like that.
Yeah, but Flex would
Just
not like
one
that.
game. No, Flex would definitely not like
No.
it. Okay, we are minutes away from kickoff, so that's our time now to give our final team talk. We call this Shoot Your Shot. It's a chance for our panel to basically do Steve's final thoughts before he sends the team out there. Philly, you are up first. Give your team talk.
It's been over a month since you've graced Bank of California Stadium and since you have had an epic performance in front of the 3252 and the 22,000 screaming fans at LAFC. We have a lot of big news in the horizon, a lot of great things coming our way. However, that is tomorrow. Today, we absolutely strike hard. We strike fast, no mercy. We crush the New Jersey energy drinks and make them realize that, you know what? While you have one on the road, more so and consistently and better than anyone else in MLS, this is our house, Bank of California Stadium, and you get the hell out of our driveway.
Old man yells at cloud. Connor, I believe you are up next.
Yeah,
Top
I think I said this shot, I think every single game of the 2021 season. So I'm bringing it back after the Seattle match. I just want the team to be #clinical. in front of goal. And more directed at Chicho Arango specifically. Yes, he scored that last goal, but there was a couple chances where we have to put those easy, clear-cut chances away. And maybe the lineup is reflecting of the match. So
I like what you did there. The return of finish your chances, but I use the word clinical. Just slide it in there.
No.
Like
Hashtag clinical.
Hashtag clinical. Sorry.
That's the old pound sign on the rotary phone, Vince.
Apologies. I'm going to go with something very simple, and it's based off of Red Bull style. I think Steve Cherundolo is going to look at his team and go, guys, we know exactly how Red Bull play. There's not going to be any surprises here, so you guys need to know this. Get the ball to the open man. There's going to be times when the field is compressed, and Red Bull is going to probably have 8-9 guys in a small area, but if you can find the open man facing upfield, you can really do damage, make them run, get them tired in a day where they don't have many subs, unfortunately for them, but it also is a very warm day, so look for the open man. Know that that's what you have to do to make this game yours.
Look, I think this was I shot my shot before the announcement of Gareth Bale was even a thing, but even more so now. We need to spend the rest of this season looking through the front windshield rather than through the rear view mirror. I know we lost to the Galaxy twice. I know that we've had a little bit of a disappointing slow start to the season. However, we are still top of the table, best in the West and best in MLS, and we need to spend the rest of this season focusing on MLS Cup, which is all the way out in November. Yep, all the way out in November. We need to stop looking at the past. We need to stop looking at what we haven't done so far this season. With the addition of Gareth Bale, with the addition of Chiellini, Eddie Segura coming back healthy.
Still a DP slot open.
Still a DP slot open. This is a front windshield team for the rest of the year, and we are driving that windshield and the rest of the bus all the way to MLS Cup. Now it is MLS Cup or bust, folks.
Okay.
Hop on the bandwagon because that's where we're ending our season.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say we're driving that windshield. Not the first part of the car I think of when you're driving.
But also maybe focus on your team, right? It doesn't matter what anyone else in the league is doing. Don't be like trying to hit back at other teams. Just be happy with what you guys got.
Keep driving, baby.
Comparison is the thief of joy, but we're going to have a lot of joy tonight.
Anyway, we have a very fun week ahead of us. Let's check out the 110 football schedule. Tomorrow, LAFC 360 at 1 p.m. We're going to talk all things this game as well as deep dive into Gareth Bale.
And I think we'll answer. Everyone's asking about Mamadou Fall. I'll talk about Mamadou Fall. I'll tell you what's going on.
And there's a lot to talk about. That's why we have an hour-long show to deep dive into it. And then Angels Wear Boots at 4 p.m. to talk all things Angel City FC. Wednesday, LAFC versus FC Dallas. We have the tailgate from here and post-game as well. That will start at 7:15 p.m. You know, I love when LAFC plays. And then on Saturday, another game, an away match against the Vancouver Whitecaps. We're going to do a watch party at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so you won't want to miss it.
That's it.
I love it.
That's it. As you guys were seeing, people are hustling past us as they get to their seats before kickoff. That's all for us. But we will be right back here, as we always are, for our instant reaction post-game. You guys have been great. Love the chat. We've missed you guys. It's very good to hang out with you. We will see you after the game. Remember, it is on ABC, ESPN Deportes, as well as ESPN Radio. So tune in to ABC. We'll see you after the game.
We'll see you after the game. I'll pour my heart out.
You pour your heart out.
Boys, we need to call a vet. I got it's right here.
Wow.
Same.
All right.
Well, maybe not.
Hi, Mom.
All right. We'll see you guys after the game.
Ah.